Hey, I'm Bryan, and I used to be a host at some of the best gaming conventions and video game things you can think of, like Comic Cons and TwitchCons and Wizard Worlds, and I've been all over the place. I've hosted panels, I've done all kinds of things, and one thing I've learned as I got older is that the passion and the drive is still there. I don't ever want to lose that. Honestly, I think that's what makes adulthood bearable, realizing you don't have to stop liking the things that you love. You just get to appreciate them differently, maybe even more. Today kind of got away from me. I went to my first card show, and honestly, I had no real plan. I just wanted to walk around, check things out, maybe buy a pack or two. I wasn't even sure what I was looking for. I just missed being around this kind of energy, you know? But as I started talking to vendors, flipping through binders, something changed. Everyone I met had a thing, a focus, story behind their collection. And I realized I didn't have that yet. I didn't have my story. And then it hit me. I didn't want to chase the same expensive stuff that everyone was after. I wanted something smaller, quirkier. So I decided right then, I'm going to build a collection around one single Pokemon. Not the hottest card, not the rarest card, just one that speaks to me, that most people overlook. Because honestly, that feels way more personal. What is that Pokemon? Well, it's Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus has been my favorite Pokemon forever. I loved using him back when I played the actual game. I had a stall team to play against my friends with, and I loved annoying them with my Cofagrigus. And I've always loved the idea of the coffin, the ghostly coffin with arms kind of vibe that he had. I've always loved him. So I went to Sin City Card Show. I went there just thinking, honestly, I'd like to take a look at what this phenomenon, it's coming up all in my TikTok feed. My YouTube algorithm is just, it's all about vendors at card shows. And I go, I want to see what that's about. I want to see what it's like there. I just had no real plan. I just wanted to walk around and check things out. Wasn't even sure what I was really looking for. I just kind of missed being around that energy. And man, it felt really cool to go, you know what? I want to see if I can find Cofagrigus here. So, went to my first few booths, and well, didn't go so well. Most of the vendors were just telling me, yeah, I don't have any Cofagrigus cards. They went through their binders, they looked for me, and I said, I think I want this to be a plan today. Like, I'm going to find Cofagrigus today. And they were like, well, good luck. And I walked around for a little bit looking at some of the really amazing arts on these cards and how beautiful these cards are. I came up to this one larger booth. It is called Darkside Games here in Las Vegas. And as I went up to them, I said, guys, I'm kind of on a mission. I'm looking for Cofagrigus, and pretty much everyone's telling me I'm not going to find anything. And he said, I'm pretty sure I have something. I was like, oh, what do you have? So they looked on their phone and they said, okay, so I don't have them here. I have them at my shop. And I was like, oh, you guys have a shop out here. That's great. And he's like, yeah, well, I have them. I have some. I could get them. I was like, okay, but how long's that? Like, what's that going to do? What's that going to take? And that's when the guys from Darkside Games walked across the street to their shop to pick the Cofagrigus cards they had in stock and bring them to me at the card show. Huge shout out to them. Check them out, guys. Darkside Games here in Las Vegas. What a bunch of amazing people to do that for me. Well, they brought me my very first few cards, but the very first one they brought me is the Plasma Freeze black and white Cofagrigus. Right? What a cool start to my collection. The very first card that they had for me. The next one that they had was the White Flare from Scarlet and Violet Cofagrigus. Then from the black and white set, we had the Dark Explorers. Then from Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift, we had the Cofagrigus EX, which, God, I love this. It's so pretty. It is such a cool one. And then finally from Surging Sparks, we had this Cofagrigus right here. So they brought me 5 different Cofagrigus cards to start my collection with. And I was pumped. And at that point, I made a decision that I was going to go to every single vendor I could, and we were going to try to complete the entire set of all 11 Cofagrigus cards at the actual card show. So the very next place I went was Soothe Bell Collectibles, and met RJ, one of the founders of Soothe Bell. And what an incredible person RJ was. He was so nice, super like into it. And he's like, I don't think I have any. So I left his booth and moved on. And as I was walking around, I stumbled upon, I think, the one I was looking for the most. This is the full art from Scarlet and Violet White Flare. I was so excited when I found this. This was the one that I think I was chasing for the most for today. And the main reason for that is actually really cool. There is a company out here in Vegas called Slab City. And what they do is they create custom card holders and slabs that extend the art of the card. And when I was checking them out last night, I saw that they had this Cofagrigus' slab available. And there was only one left. One left. Well, I found the card and I went over and ordered it, and I got to tell them that I hunted this card today just to order that one slab they had left. So they're going to send that to me probably this week, and I should have it this week, and I'm so excited. So I took a quick break to sit down and put these in my binder. And as I did that, well, RJ came running up to me and he goes, hey, I just got something and I immediately thought of you, and so I grabbed it. And I said, okay, well, what's that? Well, he had the Paradox Rift Cofagrigus ready to go, and he goes, I grabbed this, I want you to have it. And I was like, no way, really? And he's like, yeah, please. And so RJ, thank you so much for giving me this and starting this little collection journey that I went on. I made it 7 out of 11. So I decided, why not? Why not start my new collection with what I want? And it's funny because, like, somewhere between flipping through boxes and hearing other people's stories and talking to these vendors telling me this is not going to be an easy thing for you to find because they're not sought after, I started to feel that spark again. That same feeling I had as a kid where value and rarity never mattered. Just pure joy and curiosity. And that's kind of where the idea for this whole series has started. Press Y to continue. I want to document this whole journey. The hunt, people, the stories behind the cards. It's not about big pulls or profits. It's about finding the fun again. I think the main focus of what I want to do here is just share my joy with you guys. You don't have to stop liking things as you grow up. You don't have to stop doing things because you're an adult. You should be into whatever it is you're into. That's kind of what it should be, right? I want to show that you can start anything at any time. And that's what I want this whole channel to be about, is playing games with friends, having a good time, collecting things that you want to collect because it's cool. I'm going to go to more card shows and try these challenges and try to find obscure Pokemon at every single event I can go to. And I don't have a name for this challenge yet. And if you guys can help me think of one, throw it down in the comments and maybe we'll get some ideas together. But I know that the next card show that comes into town, I know who I'm looking for. So yeah, that's where it starts. One day, one spark. One weird little idea that somehow feels like the start of something bigger. I don't know where it goes from here, but I'm ready to find out. I'm Bryan. This is me, pressing Y to continue.